Airport, joined by Sue Siskey, the Senior Vice President, and it's a longer title than that, but Senior Vice President of the Port. Thank you for joining us, as well as Matt Hartwig with the Renewable Fuels Association. We'll each make some comments and talk about it. Today we're gathered to recognize a new technology which U.S. auto manufacturers are pioneering, and that's the marriage of the hybrid technology with the E85 flex fuel technology. I particularly want to salute Ford for being the leading pioneer. There's other U.S. manufacturers of interest in this, but Ford is furthest along. They have 20 vehicles which have now been produced. We're joined by one of them, and Sue Siskey will discuss this vehicle with you. But this new technology has tremendous potential. And in the 2005 energy bill, one of our goals, and we passed that legislation, was to replace imported oil with homegrown biofuels. We doubled the amount of biofuels to be consumed in America by 2011 with the 2005 energy bill. I've seen the results in my own district. We have 6 new ethanol and biodiesel plants moving forward. In fact, the largest biodiesel plant in America is under construction in Seneca, Illinois, a 300 million gallon plant. We have 4 or 5 ethanol plants that are moving forward. 2 are already under construction. So the infrastructure is coming into place to not only meet doubling that standard, but the higher goals that we're now looking at in the Congress to continue building on the success of the legislation that we passed in 2005. One of the key landmark provisions that was in the 2005 energy bill was something that consumers really took an interest in, and that was a tax credit for hybrid vehicles. And that proved to be a very successful incentive for consumers to look at purchasing and driving a hybrid vehicle. I would note that hybrid vehicles, the leaders in that technology, happen to be Asian manufacturers, whereas the hybrid flex fuel is being led by U.S. manufacturers. That was successful. It was a key component of the success of attracting more consumers to buy hybrid vehicles. Well, 2 years later, we have a new technology on the horizon, which is the hybrid flex fuel. I have legislation, which I'll briefly mention, which essentially mirrors the hybrid tax incentive. Provides up to a $3,500 tax credit for consumers to help recover the cost of purchasing a hybrid flex fuel. What's important to note about a hybrid flex vehicle, a flexible fuel vehicle, is that it has potential. This vehicle standing behind me has potential to get about 700 miles to the gallon. That type of efficiency, this vehicle, if just 5% of consumers in America, those who drive cars, 5% of the vehicles in America were hybrid flex fuel vehicles, it's estimated it would reduce imported oil imports by 140 million barrels of oil a year. So the efficiencies of this technology and encouraging consumers to give real dividends on our goal of reducing our dependence on imported oil and to care about climate change like I do and many others. Also, this type of technology reduces carbon emissions by 25%. We also believe that we need to encourage greater investment in the research for new technologies and alternative vehicles such as hybrid flex fuels and others. Of course, we are also proposing, and we offered in the Ways and Means Committee last week, legislation to expand the research credit. Currently, you can cover 30%. We raise it to 40%. When you think about it, right now, if U.S. manufacturers making a hybrid vehicle, they're going to have to buy the batteries from Japanese suppliers. So the Japanese auto manufacturers, they have an advantage because they already have that technology. It doesn't cost as much for them. And of course, they're able to compete on a better cost basis with U.S. manufacturers. We need to encourage that type of research in the United States. And if we encourage research not only in improving the hybrid flex fuel technology, but also in other alternative vehicles, and we don't want to choose, pick and choose. We'll let the marketplace help determine that based on the research. The odds are that research is done in America, the product will be produced in America. And batteries is just one example. As we move forward with greater use of the hybrid technology married with flex fuels, we want those batteries to be made in America. And by encouraging more research with a sweeter, expanded research credit, we can encourage that type of investment in America. I'm going to ask Sue Sue Fiske and Matt Hartwig now, if they would each speak. And Sue, if you would describe this technology and what it means for American consumers.
Right. Well, as you know, we've married two of the technologies that Ford's been working on. We were the first to have a hybrid Escape, or a SUV-sized hybrid, and we're very proud of it. We've had this in the showroom since 2004. If you think about it, we're 3 years in this, and the sad part is a lot of people aren't aware of that, but we've married this technology, the hybrid technology, with the flexible fuel technology. And with FFEs, right now we have 2 million Ford vehicles on the road today that can run the E85. So we were the ideal company to put these two technologies together. And we have 20 vehicles this time, so we already talked about, which we're going to learn a lot from. Right now this is a research project for us. There's things that we need to learn in this aspect of it, because we know how to make flex fuel technology work. We know how to make the hybrid technology work, but when you put the two together, there's issues with the evaporative emissions and things where the engine isn't running all the time, and there's not a way to recycle that to the canister to burn up those fumes. So we're learning about that. We're learning about what we need to do on these injectors. So this is a project that we'll learn quite a bit, especially in the regular customer use. You can do a lot in the labs. It's not till you get onto the road where you learn a lot about that.